So we are going to go ahead and get started. Excited to talk to you guys about innovation in project management today. I will quickly just introduce myself and Katie. So my name's Jess. I am the account executive here in North America. I support all of North and South and Central America, so all of the regions, as does Katie. I actually came over with a bit of background in the engineering space, so worked in the engineering space for several years before transitioning into the software side, and then have worked in the NetSuite industry for about the past 5 years. So have a good background there with just kind of knowing and understanding and being kind of on the end user side, and then transitioning into the sales side. So presenting what our solution can do for your teams today. And then I will let Katie introduce herself quickly as well.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Katie. I'm the solution consultant for our North America region at ProScope. And prior to ProScope, I was actually a solution consultant at NetSuite for a few years. So really got a good foundation there and got to work with some construction clients and build my knowledge in projects. So excited to be here and show you what ProScope can do for you with our mobile app.
Thanks, Katie. And here's a picture of us from Sweet World last year. So we'll be there this year. If you guys are there, come find us. We will have a booth and we are exhibiting. So really quickly, I'll go over our agenda for today and just a couple of housekeeping items. If you want to ask questions, there is a Q&A box, so please enter questions there. We'll be monitoring, or I will be monitoring throughout as Katie's going through the presentation. There's a chat, so feel free to introduce yourself, say hi. We're happy to chat with you, and then of course, answer any questions that come up throughout the presentation or afterwards. But here's our agenda for today. We're going to just go through a couple different things. We're going to go through some of the major problems that we see companies facing today. And then, of course, we're going to address those with how ProScope adds value. We'll follow that up with a live demonstration of our mobile product. So you'll get to actually see Katie go into the system today and use the product. And then we'll finish up with some Q&A and just kind of some final thoughts. So again, please ask questions as they come up. Please use the Q&A box or the chat box to introduce yourself, and we will go through those as companies facing today. These are kind of the things that we hear most frequently, but definitely inefficiencies in manual data entry. So that is a huge thing that comes up all the time as people are trying to enter their data manually. People are fat fingering things. People are trying to upload from spreadsheets. There's just a lot of complication there that creates inefficiencies. So this is something that we're going to solve for with our solution. Another big thing with projects is lack of real-time visibility and updates. So this is a huge thing. I hear so many companies, it surprised me when I came to ProScope how often I hear companies say that their projects are just not profitable because they don't have that real-time visibility. And so that's something that, again, getting that real-time visibility is really going to help your projects be profitable and really going to help your business be profitable. And then the last thing we hear specifically pertaining to the mobile app is difficulty managing and improving purchase orders on the go. So we'll talk about that today, and Katie's going to show you what that'll look like with the ProScope solution. And then just a couple of ways that we add value and kind of address some of those things. We are going to talk a little bit about streamlined and accurate data entry. So making things really simplistic, again, through the mobile app. You've got users out in the field that are going to need simplicity. And so we'll show what that'll look like today. Also, our GPS technology is going to provide real-time updates as well. So Katie will speak to that and just kind of show what that looks like and the ability to track people where they are, just to make things a little bit simplistic for your project managers and your project leadership teams. And then, of course, enhanced mobility and convenience, right? I mentioned this, but you've got people out in the field. You've got people that are not necessarily the most tech-savvy people, right? And so we are trying to make it really, really super simple for these people to be able to go in, track their time, create purchase orders, and really trying to simplify that process for them. And then the last piece will be enhancing data security, right? So one of the ways that ProScope adds value is the ability to have all of your users in one spot. It's going to be one login, right, with NetSuite. So not creating any additional complication for your team or for your users. Really want to make it super simple and easy for your team to be able to just log in one spot and get all the information that they need. So before we get into the live demonstration, just wanted to kind of share this slide with you guys. I think this is a helpful kind of just overview slide of what we're really planning to cover in the live demonstration today. So these are kind of the three parts or functions of our mobile app, right, that Katie is going to share with you guys. So she'll go through the team time tracking, and then she'll go through both creating the project requisitions as well as receiving those POs as you get into NetSuite. So without further ado, Katie, I will turn it over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Jess. Let me just go ahead and share my screen here. All right. Just want to make sure you can see my screen.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So we're going to log into the ProScope mobile app. And we're going to log in. Again, the ProScope mobile app is going to be available on any mobile device, including smartphone and tablets, because it is web-based. So as long as you have internet connectivity, this is going to be compatible. And one of the first functions I want to talk about today is going to be our team time tracking. So as you'll see on our main dashboard here, the first element it'll prompt you to input is the project that you're looking to report time on. So we'll go ahead and select the project that we're looking to log time on. Again, one of the controls that we have in place is going to be that users are going to, by default, see projects that they are assigned to. So again, that's going to eliminate any errors of people tracking time to projects that they're not assigned to. So going ahead and selecting the project that we want to add time to, we're logged in here as our user Grace Wong. So she will be selected by default. But you also have the addition to select others on your team that you want to add time for. So we'll go ahead and also add John James and Kieran to our team that we want to clock in. And then once we've selected all of the team members and confirmed the service items that we're looking to log these time entries for, we can go ahead and actually start the clock in session. And so now that we've started the clock in session, now that we've started the clock in session, we can also amend the people, or we can add team members or amend the service items that are being reported or the time session is being created for. So once you start the stopwatch, the team or that'll actually start tracking the time. And then once you stop the stopwatch, that's going to fully create a time session. And if geolocation is enabled, like Jess mentioned earlier, the NetSuite admin can then see where users are clocked in from and track that data as it ties to the project. But once we go ahead and create the time clock-in sessions that we want to use, we can go ahead and end our clock-in session. And once you finish that clock-in session, it'll automatically create a timesheet in NetSuite, submit that for approval, and then it will also reflect in the job costing or the actual labor costs for the job on the project.
And Katie, really quickly,
Yeah.
can you go back to that create clock-in session
Yeah.
real quick? I just want to make sure that everybody can see. So the button that she's hitting there is the stopwatch to start the clock-in session. And then I believe you can either hit that stopwatch again, or you can hit in clock-in session to end them all. Is that right, Katie?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. So you can either individually start and stop those clock watches, or again, do them all in one. Awesome. So again, just like having that feature and having multiple employees, having the ability to enter time, especially in the case where there, could be work crews on site. The mobile app is really a a valuable tool because it saves that time for all individuals clocking time separately, and also increases the accuracy as they're not having to manually track time. They simply can just start and stop the stopwatch and it'll automatically upload to NetSuite/ProScope. So second feature here I wanted to cover is our project requisitions. So users are able to create project requisitions directly within the app related to a specific project. So again, once this loads, we'll be able to select the project that we are looking to create a requisition for. Again, you'll see a drop-down list of all the projects that this user is assigned to, or you can select, or you can actually enter the name of the project or just the project ID. So we'll go ahead and enter just the project ID and select the project. Next, we'll go ahead and select the activity. Again, this is going to be your ProScope activity code. It's going to serve as your schedule of values or for key parts of the project that you're looking to job cost. So for example, here we could have, let's say like a tile roof installation as this activity. And we want to create a requisition for that specific activity or, the tile installation portion of this project. In order to do that, we can select that activity and go ahead and add items, and we'll search the item that we're looking for. So we'll go ahead and let's say we want to have a ladder to be able to do this tile roof installation. So we can go and see the ladder that we have to request. Again, this is going to tie back to NetSuite's advanced inventory management module and all the data in NetSuite. So once you have that set up, that information will automatically be translated here as well. So we'll go ahead and select this item. We'll add that. And then next steps will prompt us to select the quantity of this item that we're looking to request. So let's just go ahead and ask for 3. And then it will also prompt us to put a required date in. So this is going to be when we actually need that item by. We also have the ability to enter additional notes. So let's say this is more of an urgent request. We can make that note and have that be included on the requisition as well. So we'll go ahead and confirm that requisition. Additionally, in addition to just requesting items, you can also see the status of the requisitions that you currently have outstanding. So this is just going to show everything that you have already tied to this project and activity code. So we'll go ahead and create this request. And once the requisition is created, as you can see here, that's automatically going to be submitted to NetSuite/ProScope. So again, the value here really is the ease and the ability to create these requisitions on the go rather than having to access a desktop, log into NetSuite/ProScope and do it manually through there. So really good for on-the-go projects and high frequency volumes of requisitions for specific activity codes.
And Katie, one quick question that came in is around what is happening in the back end of NetSuite at this point?
So in regards to when the actual requisition is submitted?
I believe so.
So yeah, so the next step would be for the requisition to be approved. And then once the requisition is approved, a purchase order will be created. And then after that, it'll follow the standard NetSuite billing process. So it'll be billed for, and the actual cost will be reflected on the project. Good question. All right, so our final step is going to be actually receiving the goods. So once the purchase order has been created and approved, and the item has actually been ordered, we can also receive goods in the mobile app. So we'll go ahead into our goods receipt function here. And similarly to our other features, we're going to enter the project that we're looking to reference. So we'll go and select the same project. And then with that project, it'll have a drop down of all of the purchase orders that have been created for this project. So we'll go in and select the one that we're looking to receive for. And this will prompt us with the items that are currently outstanding that match this purchase order. And once we receive that, that'll be automatically also uploaded in NetSuite / ProScope as an item receipt.
And you can also type that purchase order number in, given that if you're doing a lot of requisitions, right, that list might get long. So easily you can type that number in as well.
Yeah, exactly. So partially, or you can partially receive. But yep, so that's pretty much the mobile app. It's really just a great tool for on the go, especially if you're doing, these high frequent or these high volume projects that require a lot of transactions. This is a great tool.
Awesome. Thanks, Katie.
Yeah, hand it
Looks
back
like we
over.
had a couple of questions come in, so we will go through those. One of the questions that came in is, can I track time for multiple projects simultaneously using the mobile app?
Yep. So users can create time sessions for that are overlapping for multiple projects at the same time. And that might be the case for, let's say labor or services that are being performed during a single time frame that overlap and are applicable to more than one project. Users can track that to both. So yes.
Okay, awesome. And then does your mobile app support offline functionality?
Yes. So if data is submitted offline via the mobile app, the app will cache that data and upload it to NetSuite / ProScope when an internet connection is established.
Cool. Awesome. Any other questions? Feel free to put them in the Q&A box. We'll give it just a couple minutes for any other additional questions. One more here, Katie. What platforms are the mobile app available on?
Yep. So the ProScope mobile app is available on any mobile device or including any smartphone or tablet. So really any device that allows internet connectivity via a web browser. And that includes all web browsers specific to a single one.
Awesome. All right. Any other questions for us about the mobile app or even just about ProScope generally? Happy to answer any questions, any additional questions. I think that may be all, Katie. Well, thank you all for joining today. We really appreciate your time. You'll see here on the screen, if you'd like to find out more, my email is listed there as well as our website. Please follow us on LinkedIn as well. This webinar is one of a series, and so we will be hosting more. We've also got an additional webinar series currently going on as well around construction and some construction best practices and specifically some of the modules we're reviewing there, some of the ProScope modules. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can follow us on LinkedIn. We post about new content. We post about updates to those webinars. So if that's something you're interested in, you can follow us there or on our website. There is a link to those as well. And again, if you have questions, please reach out to me. My contact information is jessica.harmeling@proscope.cloud. And that is shown there on the screen. So feel free to shoot me an email. Happy to set up some time to connect with you. Happy to get you connected with Katie, as she's much smarter and technically more technically savvy than I am. So happy to get you guys connected and answer any questions that you may have. But I don't see any more questions coming in, so I think that we will wrap it here. But thanks again, everybody, for your time, and we look forward to speaking with you all soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.